welcome to yet another fabulous Sunday night news and nonsense. And on today's show, we're going to use my Magic smartwatch to try and blow out Toss Today's headphone speakers. How you doing, Toss?
Don't you dare. I will never do this again. I'm doing good. I've been catching up on my Burn Notice episodes. There are only 3 shows left, and September 12th is the finale. I'm like, oh no, just 3 shows left. But yeah, I bought some DVD discs. They were like $20, like season episodes, so well worth it.
You know, and speaking of series, you know, my favorite series is the Clone Wars series. You know, they had the weekly Star Wars ones. And, of course, since Disney bought Star Wars, you know, they put an end to it. But they've got some new story arcs that I'm waiting for them to come out with. So I'm really hoping they release those soon. That's something to look forward to.
Okay. All right. Yeah. For tonight's show, Spatch, we talked about this briefly, but let me read a little comment posted on my channel, and then, of course, you can certainly comment on it. This is from one of our YouTube friends. His name is Richard. I got this Friday night, and let me just read it to you, and then we'll just go from there. He says, "Hello, Toss Today. I regularly follow your threads with great Linux interest. I did not know how to send you a private message, but I have just been diagnosed with brain cancer, but I am not letting that stop me from listening and watching your videos. I am 50 years old, married, 2 boys, who I am turning on to Linux. Just wanted you to know what you do for Linux. I appreciate. Pass it on to my 2 boys," and he mentions me and Spatry. Make him happier. God bless you. Please continue. Thank you. First of all, Richard, get better. I know you start treatment next week. Whatever it takes for you to get better, it's absolutely. We wish you the best. Thank you. Spatry, and you know, for tonight's show, this is for you. They say laughter is the best medicine. So for tonight, if we have to make jackasses of ourselves to make you laugh a little bit harder, it's all worth it. Spatry, what do you say? I
say, well, you know, Rich, we've got you in our prayers. We wish the best for you. You know, a lot of people out there, you know, with the medical technologies that are out there, you know, people are actually beating cancer these days. So, you know, just hang in there. You know, you got the community praying for you, and we support you in all that you're going through. And yes, laughter is the best medicine. So tonight I'll start off with the news, and then Toss Today will come in with the nonsense. I think that's what we did last week, isn't it?
Yep, let's go for it.
All right. Well, everybody knows Ubuntu Edge is still in the news. It sets a crowdfund record. But let's face it, it could still fail. But even in the light of this, it has raised $11,216,656. And why is this still considered to be a success even if it fails? Well, number one, it has smashed a lot of records. I mean, it had the most money raised in 12 hours, the most money raised in 24 hours, the most money raised in 3 days, the quickest time to achieve 2 million, which was 7 hours and 59 minutes. And of course, this is the most money raised by a crowdfunding project or Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Not only that, it's gained corporate credibility because Bloomberg has thrown a big chunk of money into this. And not only that, but the thing is, you know, more and more people know about Ubuntu now because, you know, BBC, Forbes, The Telegraph, TechCrunch, The Verge, a number of places on the internet are all announcing Ubuntu as setting these crowdfunding records. And it's just also showing that, you know, the small guy can be bold and really stir up a community.
I totally agree. They raised over 10 mil, 12 mil. You were saying, I believe. There's obviously interest for this, but like I had stated, Spatchy, from the beginning, I think they pulled the Microsoft. I hate to say that, but they got the marketing, at least on a massive scale. They got the marketing all wrong. Yes. And I predicted from the beginning, this is not going to fly. And of course, you know, why are you bashing this? I'm not bashing anything. I just call it as I see it, what they should have done. And we spoke about this. Make it 90 days. 30 days is just not enough time.
Yes, not enough time. I don't have to agree.
90 days, give it time, drop some of the, pricing down, like starter points for the pricing down, and then let social media like ourselves take over, spread the word, but 30 days just to throw it out there. And some of the folks in the Linux community says, Toss, you got it all wrong. This is not for the masses. Well, then why do it?
Yeah. All right, another news, for those of you who love KDE, many of you may have just gotten that update to 4.11, and let me tell you what, this thing is lightning fast. Now, I don't run KDE as a desktop, but I run components of KDE, and I just got my updates in, and KWin is my window manager when I want to do my wobbly windows, my desktop cube, and all that stuff. And wow, Toss, I'm telling you, the performance on this is absolutely amazing.
I actually have one of my desktop environments is KDE. I don't use it a lot. I just something for like a change of pace. It's never KDE in the past, at least, although that's changed, never quite as bug free as as the GNOME counterparts or even Unity. But I guess from what you're telling me now, this is pretty good, huh? Oh,
this is amazing. It's performing a lot better, but you know what? My favorite window decoration didn't work, and it was called a Decorator. For some reason, when I tried to install it, what it did was it uninstalled KWin. So I actually had to compile it, and then it started to work for me just fine. For some reason, it's a broken package, and I haven't had a chance to report it, in the bug tracker just yet. But I'll eventually get around to it. But the thing is, I was able to compile it, so now I've got my cake. I'm eating it too. I'm really happy with it. And I just love the performance enhancements that they put into it. And it's great to see, especially, Compiz, every new version that they're releasing, it just seems like it's got less and less features. And KWin, they're coming out on the top. They're doing a lot for desktop and optical compositing on your desktops, and it's compatible with a number of desktops. So, and of course, in my Linux Light Learning series that I'm doing right now, and I'm stopping at episode 3 because now all future episodes in Linux Light Learning will not be numbered, because every episode is going to start off with a fresh install. And I'm actually going to cover KWin, and I'm going to do a detailed tutorial on that, just as detailed as the Compiz one I did when I was running PinGuy.os. So something to look forward to there.
Yeah, Linux Lite, it's one of my recommendations for a light Linux distribution for beginners. That, and you also may want to try Lubuntu. But yeah, Linux Lite has been pretty solid from the beginning.
Hey, Toss, now you can get angry at me because now I got to start throwing stones at Microsoft.
Here it comes, folks.
Microsoft sends DCMA, and for those of you who do not know what DCMA is, that is Digital Millennium Copyright Act notice to remove OpenOffice from search. And apparently, Microsoft doesn't like the fact that, when people search for these Office suites, that, Microsoft Office isn't coming out on top. And so I put this to the test, okay?
Uh-huh.
And so apparently, Microsoft doesn't want, Google to be offering, LibreOffice or OpenOffice or any other Office competitors for front page, the first page links. And so, they're doing this against, and the thing is they're trying to do this with Bing as well. So I decided I'd put this to the test. So I opened up Bing and I did a search for Office suites. And get this. The first link is to the Wikipedia for Office Suite. And then the second link is for Apache OpenOffice. The third link is another Wikipedia link for OpenOffice. And then there's a link from download.cnet for Office Suites for Windows, free Office software from Kingsoft.
You are loving this, aren't you?
Yes, I am. And then, of course, there's shopping for Office Suite results. And then finally, underneath the shopping results is Office.com, Microsoft Office.
Well, what can I say? Those of you know that when it comes from Microsoft, I love Windows 7, I love my Xbox. But since we're on the Microsoft bandwagon, so to speak, the updated YouTube app for the Windows 8 phone that was supposed to clear out a lot of bugs and be more stable, well, Google canceled it because I guess it violated the terms of service.
Absolutely. And yes, I was going to bring that up because, Microsoft, they think they're the biggest cat in the game. And apparently that's not the case anymore, because now, Google's got a little bit of clout under its belt. And Google's like, oh, yeah? All right, well, your, app doesn't work with our, advertising guidelines. So we're just going to block your stinking YouTube app. And then Microsoft is once again spinning its web of confusion and FUD around Google. It came across a story by Preston Gralla from Computer World, which tries to paint Google as evil and Microsoft as a victim.
Oh, that's not true? Crap.
So, I mean, this is yet another cat and mouse game. Love to see this stuff in the news. Quite entertaining, but I don't think Microsoft's going to really be able to do anything to Google about this at all. So, they're going to have to comply if they want to use Google services.
Or Microsoft should start their own social network. Call it the Xtube instead of YouTube or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, now it's time for me to pick on Adobe.
Okay.
Adobe has an open source editor called Brackets, okay? And that has just been released. These are the idiots that don't want to give us an updated Flash player in Linux. Okay, but they have this text editor for doing code. Okay, and you know what? It doesn't provide any other special features that our code editors that we have in Linux already have. Adobe, listen to me. Why don't you port all of your good software over to Linux and quit trying to impress us with this trifle garbage that you're trying to spew into Linux? You don't even give us an updated Flash player. Shame on you.
Oh my goodness! All my friends at Adobe, Spatry said it, not me.
Okay. Now, somebody threw this Stripe threw this article at me, and I thought I'd share this with you guys. WikiLeaks just released a massive insurance file that no one can open. Okay, and for those of you who do not know what WikiLeaks is an international online nonprofit organization which publishes secret information, news leaks, and classified media from anonymous sources.
This security thing is not going to go away, is it? It just grows and grows like a fungus.
We're getting caught and tangled in the webs we weave, Toss, today. Anti-secret organization WikiLeaks just released a treasure trove of files that, at least for now, you can't read. The group, which has been assisting ex-NSA contractor Edward Snowden after he leaked top-secret documents to the media, posted links for about 400 gigabytes of files on their Facebook page Saturday, and asked their fans to download and mirror them elsewhere. Okay, and looks like these are all torrent files. Now, you can download the files, but since they're encrypted and WikiLeaks has not yet provided the key, you won't be able to open them. Now, I don't know why they're doing this, but this is going to stir up some serious poo-doo. What do you say, Toss? They were to actually give that key out, and people have access to all this supposedly classified information. And by the way, WikiLeaks is not an American website, so is the government going to be able to really shut them down?
I really can't talk right now because, Patrick, I'm getting a secret message on my spy smartwatch. I need to go.
So tell me about that smartwatch, Toss. It's the Nonsense Report.
Well, apparently this is for real, and we may wind up eating our words, but Samsung is going to release, at least official news next month, called the Samsung Gear, their version of the smartwatch. I'm assuming Bluetooth tethered, to your, smartphone. You and I have been cracking jokes about this since last year, so
yes.
Maybe this is a little new. Yeah, so this could be a little bit of both news and nonsense. The pictures, artist rendition looks cool. I just hope they don't forget to put the watch in the smartwatch, meaning that there's still a spot on it that tells time. But we'll see.
I still think they should have a blood pressure measuring unit built into it.
Samsung, are you listening?
and for and
Yeah,
then
right.
have it measure other health characteristics too, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I remember when I was a kid, they came out with those calculator watches. Those were kind of cool. And then they also had the FM radio watches where you plugged your headphones into your watch. That was something else when they were coming out with that stuff.
Well, speaking of biology, singer-songwriter Chubby Checker, he wrote Let's Do the Twist, right?
Yes.
He's suing over an app. It's somewhat bizarre because this app supposedly measures the size of a man's manhood, and he's suing over This is for real. I cleaned it up, but he's suing over it, and I couldn't quite figure out the connection. So I dug in, did some more research and some more probing. But the app's battery is called the Chubby Checker. So he's not too happy about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see why he's wanting to sue. Yeah, absolutely. Especially I don't. Never mind. Go to the next story.
Thank you. Yes. Well, you were talking about classified stuff, Spatchy. I don't know about you, but I've been sleeping much better this week because the CIA declassified the most highly technological location on the planet. And do you know what that is?
Area 51?
Yep. Like you and I didn't know about it. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it came out this. So who knows what'll come out of that? But I mean, to me, it's so silly. Oh, you finally declassified. Okay, we won't tell anybody, right?
So tell me, what's really going on at Area 51?
I think they're building those smartwatches, Spatchy. I think that's what they're doing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Here's something that you might like. Scientists in Turkey have created green fluorescent glow-in-the-dark bunny rabbits.
What?
This
live animals that glow in the dark?
Yeah, I guess they injected some kind of jellyfish cells in it to glow in the dark. Of course, this begs the question, why? I don't care why, because if I'm taking a stroll in the woods and I see green glowing bunny rabbits, you can direct me to the nearest fallout shelter.
Yeah, Zeus says radioactive bunnies, but what if they were to combine that material that they're injecting in the bunnies into the Chubby Checker applet?
Will you stop? I knew you wouldn't get off. You've been just dying for a topic like this, folks. Anyway. A zoo in China has a strange way of taking care of its paying customers, Spatch. I guess there's a shortage of lions because they replaced the lion exhibit. They replaced the lion, Spatchy, with a rather hairy exotic dog. And they almost got away with it, except customers started getting suspicious when this lion started barking. I don't get that at all, but whatever.
Yeah, that is kind of odd.
Very odd. Oh, let's see what I have here. Oh, I came across an article, Great Gadgets for Women. I think this is USA. I can't remember, but one of the gadgets. I mean, there are typical gadgets like a tote bag, a purse that you can connect your electronics to and all that stuff, which is fine. But there's a smartwatch for women. Which is fine, but the name of the watch, the brand is called Martian, and I don't get it. Martian doesn't sound feminine. It doesn't sound like it would be for women. No, it sounds like something for geeks, but there is a Martian smartwatch, I guess both men and women. I guess it's feasible that women would buy it. I don't know how many females are in the audience listening to this, but I don't get it. But that's what it's called, a Martian smartwatch for women, coming in different fashionable colors. I'm assuming one of the colors is red.
Right.
Oh, let's see. What else do I have here? I have a list that I wrote down here. I think, Spatchy, that is all I have for at least anything that's... Oh, one last thing. I caught this late. Did Google go down? There was some kind of a headline. Google crashed and we lost 40% of the internet. Did you see that?
Never heard anything about that.
Okay, it was a headline. I didn't quite understand that 40% seems a lot. Maybe 39% might go down, but no, I just caught that last minute. I didn't jot any notes for that. I suppose I should have. Maybe, next time we do this, we can follow up on that. But that headline was bizarre if it's true. Maybe someone out there will let us know if it actually is true. Of course, Google, one of the most popular web browsers out there. I use it quite often. In fact, I like it better than Firefox. But yeah, that was the last thing that I caught.
Yeah, no, nothing like that happened other than, my usual internet connection failing on me. Thank you, Xfinity. Read between the lines.
It's funny you say that because I currently have Xfinity internet right now, and it seems to be quite stable.
Well, mine's just horse stable down here in South Florida.
You sure it's not the heat?
It's something, but it's not the heat, I don't think.
All right, one last thing, a little bit of car news. A rare Ferrari convertible Spider at an auction, $27.5 million. That's more than the Ubuntu smartphone crowdsourcing funding thing. But is any car worth that much? I don't know.
Actually, no. I thought the crowdfunding they're supposed to raise $32 million, so not quite more than that.
Well, I mean, like month to date, they didn't.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Okay, Spatcher, I think that's it. Just a couple of notes here at the end. I will not be available next Sunday night. If you are doing your show Saturday night, I should be available for that, but definitely not Sunday. Something else came up. And one more thing, I posted a poll questionnaire for favorite Android apps. Those of you listening, let me know. I don't have enough votes in or comments to pick the top 10. I got some. Someone sent me a nice personal message of his top 20 apps, I think. Thank you. But that video is still up. You can either post a comment on that or in this, after this is uploaded, of your favorite Android apps, smartphone apps. And I'll have a unscientific, unofficial top 10 Android apps list, hopefully by the end of the month. That's it.
All right, yes, and you are correct. For those of you who have Spatry on Google Plus on August 24th, that will be next Saturday. We will be having another Zoo Crew episode. We will discuss the differences between the major Linux distributions and why you should consider using the different ones that are available, such as Ubuntu and its derivatives, Debian. We'll maybe talk a little bit about Arch. We'll talk about Gentoo, Slackware. Red Hat type distributions and that sort of thing. We'll basically discuss the differences between them. And then, of course, if you are available to us today, right after that show, then we'll do the news and nonsense at that time. I'm perfectly okay with that.
I will let you know. Thank you.
All right, cool deal. All right, well, take us out, Toss.
I'd like to thank everybody, as usual, for joining in for these weekly podcasts. We definitely enjoy doing these. Thank you to everyone who participates in the listening room. Of course, thank you, Spatchery. Richard, our YouTube friend, get well, sir. Thank you for your
get well.
Yeah, thank you for your very, very kind comment. I actually got the message on my smartphone on my friend. I was at my friend's house Friday night eating pizza. As soon as I saw the comment, I just felt the urge to run home and just do a video response thanking you. So get well. Let us know how things work out. Tonight's show, it's for you. I hope we make you laugh extra hard. If not, we'll do better next time. We promise. And as always, we will catch all of you sometime in the future. Spatchery, say ciao.
Do I have to?
Okay, we'll say something else.
Good night.